you believe in manifestation or not, becoming someone that you trust and becoming someone that you can rely on is such an important step in improving your mental well-being, in improving your life, and really just becoming the kind of person that...
Hi, welcome to Simply Intentional. My name is Katie. I'm on a journey to live my most fulfilling life and hopefully inspire others to do the same. Come along as I figure out my 30s one day at a time, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my adventures.
Oh, well, hello. Welcome back. It is March now, and it is still frickin' freezing here. Although I do have family and friends on the East Coast, and they are under like many feet of snow, and I have no snow, so I'm not going to complain too hard. But the body is ready for sunshine and, you know, hiking and good times. And I really want to get in my garden, but the ground is frozen, and I can't do anything with that right now. So that all aside, welcome back. I am going to attempt to get up a video every week. We're gonna see how that goes now with the new format of like doing a vlog separately. But this week, what I wanted to talk to you guys is lucky girl syndrome. And it's something that's been going around like the social medias quite a bit. And it's a really interesting concept. And when I first like heard the title and without any context of it, I thought it was sort of gonna be like a negative thing. And there was going to be sort of just people ragging on it and like, oh, you know, some girls are just lucky. But it's actually a very interesting concept and I think worth diving into. So like the reality is that lucky girl syndrome is just fancy manifestation. That's really it is. It's a cool new name for something that people have been doing for thousands and thousands of years. But what fascinated me as I got into it is it's actually something that I was doing well before I knew what manifestation was, well before I knew any of these concepts. If you know me like IRL, then you know that I've been on sort of like a spiritual journey. It's not something that I get into a lot on this channel. I mean, you may have picked it up from certain comments that I've made, but just because it's not applicable to everyone, and I think like the pieces of intentional living that I do talk about and the different aspects of that can be taken away from like any context, and I don't want to sort of impose my own personal beliefs about like the universe or anything that on you. But in this context, I do want to say that I am a firm believer that you create your own reality. And I know there's so much going around about this kind of concept and a lot of people are really skeptical, but you know, this whole idea of breaking out of negative thought patterns and being, I don't want to say being positive because that's not really the purpose of it, but like understanding these negative thought patterns that you've worn into your psyche and into your being, they need to be broken out of. And if you can, you know, tell yourself everything's gonna work out and you believe it, then it will happen. And I'm gonna get into why it actually does happen, and it's not just you saying it's gonna be fine and then things are fine. There's like concrete steps that happen there that are actually like almost unconscious that I think are super important. But I've been doing this for years. I've gone through a lot of like crazy stuff. We all have our own story, we all have our own history, right? But this is something that I've been doing for ages. So like it's all gonna work out. Things are gonna be fine. Right now, you may be in the single worst day, moment, year of your life. But the thing about that is you have 100% track record of surviving those so far. And you're gonna be fine now too. It's gonna work out. And for me, this mentality has helped a lot. Like, I've gone through some really horrible things and I had to have my cat put down in December, which was devastating. It was one of the worst things that I've ever gone through, like definitely in the top 3. And it was hard and it was painful, but I also knew intrinsically that I was gonna be okay. I was gonna be different. I've experienced that kind of love and loss now, and that does change you, but I also knew that I was gonna be okay because I trusted myself enough to know that I have the skills and the fortitude to get through this because I have before. And there's a key concept here that I think is missing from the discourse, which is why I wanted to make a video about it, and is when you become the kind of person that you can rely on, when you are faithful to yourself and your values, and you tell yourself it's gonna be okay, then you know it's gonna be true. And it isn't that the universe makes it okay for you, it's that you tell yourself it's gonna be okay, and you trust yourself enough to take the concrete steps to make it that way. And that's the important part I think misses out on this discourse. Whether you believe in manifestation or not, becoming someone that you trust and becoming someone that you can rely on is such an important step in improving your mental well-being, in improving your life, and really just becoming the kind of person that you want to be and becoming the kind of person that other people can count on. It's really important to build that trust with yourself. And you can start really small. Like if you are in sort of a dark, negative space, then it might be small things. Like today I'm going to get up and I'm going to do my dishes after I eat. And if you get up and you do that thing, and then you do it again the next day, and you do it again the next day, you become the kind of person you trust. If you tell yourself, I'm going to start journaling, and you get up every morning or every other day or whatever you've decided that measure is, and you do it, you build that trust with yourself. And this is something that is going to come in baby steps if you don't have that. If you have been consistently unreliable for yourself, you have unconsciously decided that you're someone that you can't trust. And you need to build that trust with yourself to one, like, just get things done in your life. It's important that you are able to move forward and have goals and know that you can throw it out in the universe that, hey, I want this. And know that by saying that, you are internalizing that you are worthy of that, and then you begin to, whether you realize it or not, make the steps to make that happen. And so it isn't that these things are just happening like with the lucky girls and they say, everything works out for me, I'm gonna get my dream job, I'm gonna meet the perfect partner, I'm gonna reach all my goals. No, they know that there's someone that they can trust, and when they say that, they know internally that they are ready to take the steps to make it happen. And as you know, like, so much of the content I make is about our inward journeys, and this is a part of that. It's all well and good to say, I want to do XYZ with myself, with my life, with whatever, but you need to foundationally understand what those steps are going to look like, and you need to believe in yourself and trust yourself. And so much of intentional living and so much of grounding yourself within your own values, within your own morals, and building a life that is structured around what you actually want out of this world, what you want to contribute to this world, is so foundational to that trust. And once you build the trust, you work towards your goals, and your goals start happening, you will feel lucky. Because it does feel like things just fall into place for you, and it isn't because whatever outside forces you might think it is, but these practices, whether you want to call it manifestation, whether you want to call it inner work, whatever it is that you want to call it, whether you don't believe in it at all and you just want to set smart goals and drive yourself forward. And I think the reason why people get sort of hung up on this is because what you're actually doing is not only building that trust with yourself, but you're also changing your mindset. So when you become someone you can count on, you put things out in the universe and you say, things are going to work out for me. You also develop what I like to think of, and other people have called this too, is you change your idea from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. And I don't know, like, depending on the kind of content that you guys are consuming on the wild World Wide Web, but the universe is an abundant place, right? Not other people have their own struggles, whatever. But for the kind of people that are sitting here watching this kind of content, thinking about these topics, like, we have almost unlimited opportunity to create the life we want. And when you are in a scarcity mindset, when you think that everything is a trial and a tribulation, you create a world internally for yourself that is one of deprivation. And if you look at every obstacle that is put in your way, it's like, oh, why do I have these obstacles? That's going to be really damaging. And then you're also, again, not going to trust yourself enough to know that you can get yourself out of those situations. So when you put it out there in the world, tell the universe, however you want to look at it, that things are going to work out, that I'm going to be okay, that I'm lucky, that things go my way, you actually begin to see things that you may have previously seen as struggles, as obstacles put into your paths, as opportunities. And people have different struggles, all those different things, but it's something that I've definitely looked at. When I don't know if you can hear my neighbor's music, but sir, I'm trying to give advice. The reality is when you're putting that out there and you are telling yourself things are going to work out for me, I'm lucky, I'll get the things I want and I'll get the things that I deserve. Not only are you building trust in yourself as you take those concrete steps, but you're actually making a very important perspective shift, which is shifting from an idea of scarcity to an idea of an abundance. When you are able to look at challenges that are put in front of you and the difficulties that you might face as opportunities for growth, as opportunities to develop better skills to work towards the kinds of things that you want, as opposed to, why is this always happening to me? Why do I always have bad things? Why do I always have to make tough choices? Like, that is poison. That is poison to your brain and poison to your soul, and most certainly poison to the people around you. And we all do it. We all have bad days. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that if you ever have a moment where you're like, this sucks, why is this happening, that you are a bad person. That's not what I'm saying. But if you can recognize in the moment, like, hey, maybe I need to like shift my viewpoint on what's happening here and view this as an opportunity to learn something new about myself. Maybe it causes you to readjust your goals, to readjust what you're working towards. Then you see it as an abundance. There are more opportunities to learn and grow than there ever were before. And if you can shift your mindset into that idea of, when I put it out there, things may not be easy. You can be lucky and still have things not be easy. You can get your lucky girl syndrome and you're gonna have to work your ass off for it still. Things aren't falling into your lap. You're putting in the work. We all see these like highlight reels of people's perfect lives. No one's life is perfect. It's just not. People have struggles, they have self-doubt, they feel insecure, they feel angry, stressed, and scared. But if you can develop a skill to see, like, I might be having a bad day right now. I might be in a bunch of credit card debt. I might not really love where I'm living. But that's an opportunity. You don't change and grow from always being comfortable. You don't work towards your goals and think that you deserve better if you can't recognize that you are valuable, that you deserve the good things in this world, and that you're gonna have to put in the work. That's the truth. So that's what I want to say here is build trust with yourself, view some of the struggles that you're having as opportunities, and put it out there that things are gonna work out. Tell yourself that every day. Things are gonna work out. I'm gonna build the life I want. And when you internalize that, you realize that there's so much opportunity out there for you. You just have to work for it, and you have to trust yourself. Things are gonna be okay. Well guys, that is all I have for you this week. Follow along and hit subscribe if you want to see some more of this. I do put out videos most Sundays. I'm not fully committing to every week because, you know, life, and I have a full-time job and like friend and hobbies. So that being said, I hope you liked this video. Like it if you did, really helps me out. And you can also catch me on Instagram, TikTok, all the usuals. There is no blog post to go with this video if that's the kind of thing you're into. I'm trying out this new thing, so if I'm not doing a blog post with each video, then I do actually have the opportunity to post a video every week because I can chat with you and then write blog posts for other topics or write accompanying blog posts like I've been doing. Let me know if that works for you, if you guys like the blog posts, if you do want to see one with each video, like I can try and work on that, but let me know what works. Anyways, I hope you all are feeling lovely and loved and magnificent, and I will catch you in the next one.